for me, it's about the business opportunities that are out there. It's about climbing all over those much faster than our competition and doing it at a reasonable cost. And quite frankly, that's where IT comes in. And if I have to wait for IT, that's unacceptable these days. I need to move very quickly and, again, be ahead of my competition. So unfortunately, if IT can't step up to the challenges to support my business, I need to go outside the company for IT services.
Well, that's a short list of things that you need. Anything else, Michael?
Well, actually, it's just the beginning.
That's great.
I also need the IT solutions to be easy to use, to be fast, and they need to span across all the systems that I have. Not only that I have and my employees and my workforce are using, but also that my customers are using. That's just really important to me. And by the way, they have to be very agile. So as my programs change as I go to market, I also need these solutions to be nimble and to be able to change on the fly.
Well, that's a pretty big set of criteria. And clearly, we have to work in partnership to be able to satisfy those requirements. Honestly, what we really need to understand as an IT organization is what are our business goals over time. Don't just tell me what you need me to implement. Help me understand what those business goals are. We need to have the right security. We need to have the right governance and oversight of the IT environment to best support the business. And guess what? We have to do this with a lot of planning so there aren't unwelcome surprises.
What are you getting at, Mickey? I'm told I could just put it all off on the cloud.
Oh, please. Cloud is just a buzzword right now. Let us focus on what the business problems are and then figure out the best way to solve them. We really need to first talk about what our business objectives are as an overall organization so we can make sure that IT aligns to that. We need to really focus on mutual success here. Our job is to make the business successful. We should not be working against one another. We should work together in a partnership. But to do that, we really need to understand what the goals are, where the business is going, and the things that we really need to be sensitive to. And we know that we really have to get those things that are most critical, your business applications, up and running very quickly. Our focus really has to be on always available. We understand that the business doesn't have downtime. We understand that we're a global organization and that those applications that drive our business always have to be available. We also understand that IT has to be agile because as much as you do a lot of forward-looking planning, things change. And we have to be able to adapt our environment very quickly to your changing business needs. And from our perspective, we need to have always automated systems. I understand that you're not going to give me 400 new headcount next year to grow and manage these IT systems. So automation becomes extremely important. So with all of these things that we talked about, is that aligning to what you're asking for?
That sounds perfect, Mickey. It really does. You're really talking my language. But is this too good to be true?
Well, it's not, and that's what we're going to talk about today. Hitachi really lets IT work based on these business goals, and that's what we really need to do more and more going forward. IT is becoming business-defined, not technology-defined. What we mean by that is that we understand that we have to provide continuous services, that downtimes are truly a thing of the past, that we really have to have automation around service levels that you expect in your business. All applications aren't the same. Some require a very high level of service, and some you're really cost-focused. And finally, we need to make sure that we provide the agility to get these services up and running very, very quickly to support the business. That's what we're talking about today. It's called continuous cloud infrastructure. And guess what? It's not some distant technology. Today, Hitachi is announcing the technology that will power this continuous cloud infrastructure. It's built on new software, and this is amazing stuff. It really redefines what IT can get from enterprise storage software. It's called the Hitachi Storage Virtualization Operating System. And it's the operating system for the core of all of this infrastructure going forward.